Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Lunch and Learn, this time on scheduling secrets. It's 2 minutes before we start, so welcome to those who are joining us now. The chat is open. I'd like to know, before we get started, we've done this a few times, little icebreaker as it were. I'd like to know, given that we've got a nice summer, what's your ideal summer tipple and drink? So what's your favourite summer drink and nibble or food? I must admit, I'm going through a low beer phase where those are just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, a low alcohol beer and perhaps some chips or crisps, just nibbling the olives. Actually, olives. I go for olives. They're probably my snack. Vodka on ice, says Monica. Adam is having a barbecue. Pims and lemonade with Piper's crisps or Piper's crisps. Do you know what? That's a really good shout, Michelle. What flavour crisps would you have? Crisps seem to be a good shout. A lot of crisps are coming in. I want to know, what flavour crisps are we having? Zero gin and lemonade. Sandy, I've never had zero gin yet. Is it good? Is it worth it? Let me know. Okay, so beef flavoured crisps, Michelle says. A large one, right? Okay, so we're definitely enjoying the alcohol. Salt and vinegar crisps. Okay, so salt and vinegar crisps. It is. I must admit, I like Marmite. Oh, Claire, you've definitely put the cat amongst the pigeons in suggesting Marmite. Yeah, I think that's a poll for another day. Marmite, love it or hate it. Anyway. Thank you very much for the icebreaker, getting involved in that. We are here to talk about scheduling secrets, and we're going to be covering 5 features today. Default job descriptions, actions en masse, the mass scheduler and in brackets new, because it currently is in open beta, how you can reassign all jobs, and then something at the end, very important, how you can build your review scores on social networking sites. So my name is Jonathan Isaacs, Product Marketing Manager here at BigChange. If you don't know me, I have done quite a few of these sessions. I've been with BigChange for coming up to 8 years now. If you're not a customer of BigChange and you're here in the webinar, welcome. If you're watching us on catch-up, you are very welcome. If you've just signed up to BigChange, we are the all-in-one job management platform, and we do a variety of things exceptionally well, and you can see on screen some of those things. Hopefully your screen will look something like this. The chat is open and we already know people's choice on crisps and summer drinks and snacks. The Ask Q&A is also open. We also have the reactions, so you can give something a thumbs up, love, clap, you can laugh at it if I say something particularly amusing or funny, and you can give something a shocked reaction as well. Feel free to use that. The hands up icon doesn't do anything. Well, it does, but I'm not going to do anything as a result of that. So use the chat, use the Q&A if you have a question, and use the reactions as I said. Do's and don'ts with chat. Don't put anything in the chat like your personal information or credit cards. Questions, try and put them in the Q&A section, and we will try and cover these where we have time. We haven't really had time on a lot of these, so I've reached out to our customer success team, and they will get in touch with you as is needed. Okay, at the end, assuming there will be a online survey, and I suggest that you take a look at our YouTube channel. At the end, subscribe and have a look at this video, because we will go through things quite quickly. We also have our help and support site. So let's jump right in and have a look at scheduling secrets number 1, which is default job descriptions. Ali subscribed. Fantastic. I want to hear more people subscribe to our YouTube channel in the chat, please, and you'll get a shout out. Okay, so what are default job descriptions? Default job descriptions are a way of adding instructions to a job automatically. And this is configured by the job type administration section. So you have to be an administrator. And if you go over to the details and I bring on screen, there is a box down here which says default job descriptions. And you have three options. You can either put them at the beginning, you can either put them at the end, and you can also replace the details as well. Now, I would be a bit hesitant in saying replace details, but the other two options are fantastic. So we've added some job details, as you can see in the screen. And now when I create a new job of this particular type against a contact, we can see that the job details are in a grey box underneath, and they will be automatically added to the job details box underneath when you create and save the job. So a really good way in ensuring that points of action are created and always available on specific types of work. But it goes one step further. What happens if you want to customize those instructions for a specific customer and you don't want to have to remember how to do that? Well, you can. In this case, we are going to go over to this specific contact and we're going to click on the edit option on screen. The contact will open up, and if we go across to the jobs section, we will see a list of all of the jobs that we've got on screen. But we're going to want to go to the default descriptions, which is this one here. When I click on it, I have the option to add at the bottom. And when I click on add, we have the exact same settings that we had before, only there is an additional option, and that is the ability to add default job descriptions to any type of job that is created against that specific contact. Now, these can be used independently. So what I mean by that is you don't have to set up the job type descriptions in the administration side to use them against the contact. The ones against the contact will take precedent if you've got them set up at both. So if you have a particular customer who always requires that you check in with a particular member on site, or if there's no one present at security, you can add in a phone number for them to contact. You can do that, and those will be added automatically to every single job that is completed. So again, I'm going to say we're going to append that at the end, and I've added some more text on screen. And now when I create a job against Darlington International, as before, the default text is shown, but this time we are taking the default job description from the contact as precedent. So that is it being at the end. Sorry, that is Darlington International. And then this is the specific contact that we've got against Darcy Designs. So really, really useful and fantastic way of ensuring details get to the engineers on screen, on site, without you guys needing to remember anything. Scheduling secret number 2 is the ability to action things en masse. So repeat the actions several times. Matt has asked a quick question around the details added to already planned jobs. No, Matt, it's only added to jobs which are created after you've updated that setting. Okay, so action en masse. We are now on the scheduling screen, and as you might see, there are some tick boxes down this side here. I'm going to select a couple of jobs, and underneath we now have two options. We have the selected jobs here, and we have a selected jobs item just down there, which is cut off the screen. I can also, if I wanted to, click on this little tick in the top left-hand corner, and that will give me the option of selecting every single job which is on the multiple pages, or just the jobs on that page. I'm going to select them all, and you can see that because the number has increased underneath. I'm going to select down here, and we have a variety of options that is on display. We'll take a look at some of them. The first one is edit pricing. So against all of these jobs, we have the option of adding items in addition to what is already assigned against the jobs. And we have the option of overriding the line. So that would replace in entirety what is already against the jobs with the line items that you add. Now, in reality, if you're going to update the pricing, you may well want to add additional filters down this side of the screen to only select jobs that you want to select rather than selecting every single job. I'm going to go back to that option screen, and we're going to have a look at the edit jobs. Now, the edit jobs allows you to, again, make changes to the job description. And Matt, this question probably is something that you can use for this. So if you want to edit the job details for already planned jobs, you can use this. You'd select the first box, which is edit the job description. And then as before, you can add the text before, after, or replace. And that will be added to the jobs that are already planned. You can make changes to the job details. You can add flags, you can change the duration, and various other options on screen as well. When you click save, you will get a prompt to say that it is busy processing. And in this case, I added a flag. And so you can see the flag has been added to all of these jobs. I also added those job descriptions. So if I now open one of the jobs, we can see the job description on screen. The next thing that I'm going to show you is something that is in open beta, and this is our new mass scheduler, or Schedule All. This is something that we demonstrated at the Q1 Innovate. But this time I'm going to show you now, and it is an open beta to everybody. So if we select a number of jobs, and this time we have to go down to the option on the left-hand side, and we're going to select Schedule All. And you can tell that this is in open beta because we have the little open beta flag here as well. So as before, we have some dates of which we want to have that scheduling window, and we have this contact prompt. Now, the reason why we have this contact prompt is because in order to schedule all, we need to have a starting location for resources. And we don't know whether all resources that you're going to use have a fixed starting location. So if they don't, we will use whatever you put in that box. So I'm going to put in our head office because that's where the vast majority of people are going to start. And then I'm going to click the button on the bottom. We're going to get a notification of some of the jobs that cannot be scheduled. And if we take a look at some of these, it could be that they're already scheduled, they fall outside of the scheduling area, or there just isn't a route possible for that. And if we want to, we can copy that to the clipboard and paste it into Excel. And if we click on the link, which you can see here, it actually opens up the job. But I'm going to ignore these ones that can't be optimized. And I'm going to click on the optimize button down here. We get a little bit of a process wheel, and then we get this beautiful display on screen. And this is totally different to the Schedule All that we had previously. A lot of our customers reached out to us and wanted to see the routes that were being planned before they were actually scheduled. And this is where we have innovated and taken on board your feedback. So on screen now, you will see various different colors of routes, and those colors will correspond with the colors of the resources down the left-hand side. And if we wanted to, we can actually delve into that in a bit more detail. So I'm going to click on one of them, and now we have this particular route that is just the red color, and we can see the numbers on screen that represent the stops that are going to be taken. Again, I can go into a bit more detail and see what I need to see. When I'm happy with it, I can click on the Save button at the bottom and I get a confirmation prompt. And when I click OK on that, it will go ahead and schedule all of those. And there we have our beautiful schedule. The schedule is on screen. There's no warnings, and it should be good to go. Fourth option, fourth item is the scheduling. It's the reassigning all jobs. Now, hopefully this doesn't happen, but if an engineer phones in sick and you want to reassign his work or her work, if you click on the little hamburger icon down here, we have various different options, and one of those is reassign all jobs. In this case, I'm going to reassign the jobs to the resource that is shown on screen. Click OK, and the jobs will process in the background. And then all of the jobs have been moved because Raphael is no longer able to join us on the 20th. Finally, we are going to combine our templating functionality into something that I highly recommend you do, which is to build your scores on social networking sites to your benefit. So we've talked about templates in previous webinars, and there is another webinar coming up, but on screen is some boilerplate wording, and you can copy this or you can create your own. But effectively, we are asking a customer to click on a link, Trustpilot, Facebook, Google, whichever you like, and that is a template which has been set up, and we will talk through how to send it. So the template is going to be triggered based on an alert. Now, there are a couple of ways of doing this, but we're going to use an alert for the time being. And once we've done that, we are going to say when any job is completed, and then we are going to select from the dynamic recipients the job contact from the screen. It doesn't matter what's in these two options because we've actually selected the template that we've created earlier. So we have created an alert, and that will now trigger when a job has been completed. So that's the first way of doing it. The second way of doing it is to do it against automatic document sending. Now, why would you want to do it against automatic document sending versus alerts? Because against automatic document sending, you can be a bit more granular with the specific types of results that you choose. So you might not want this to go out on all positive completed statuses. You might want to choose just a handful of them. So I'm going to select that. And again, at the bottom, we are going to choose the template that we have created. And then when the automatic document sending is triggered or the alert is triggered, your customer will get an email beautifully formatted in whichever way you choose, and they will hopefully click on the link. So there you have it. I say 5 speedy shortcuts, 5 speedy shortcuts to improve your scheduling. Before you go, I'm just going to quickly launch a poll, and I would really like it if you can provide some feedback on that. One of the bits of feedback that we have had is some of you have said you love the duration of these 15-minute webinars. Some have said that they are a bit too short. Now, I do try and keep everyone happy, but it's a bit hard with some saying that they'd like them longer, they would like them a bit shorter. But for those who require a bit more assistance and wish we had a bit more time, you are not alone. We do have a fantastic customer service team and customer success team who are able to provide the support that you need. So head over to support.bigchange.com or scan the QR code and then click on the Contact Us option. I have launched the survey. Please do fill that in. It is of huge help to me. So what is coming up? Well, I was off last week and I am off again next week. So we do have scheduling secrets, which we are doing today. And we are going to be looking on the 11th of July, how to keep your system secure. Keeping your system secure is probably job number one for the vast majority of us. Why? Because we have a huge amount of customer data in our systems, and we don't want to be the subject of that getting into the wrong hands. So click the QR code on screen and you will be taken to a web page where you can not only view the link to register for keeping your system secure, but view those which have been already produced. Coming up on the day before, we have our Innovate webinar. This is where we are going to be showcasing all of the new functionality that has been added to the BigChange system in the past 3 months. It is really a webinar that you should not miss. So scan the QR code on screen and that will take you to the registration page for Innovate Q2. It will be recorded and it will be available on YouTube, but I really strongly suggest you join us live. We also have some in-person growth events. It might be a bit tight to get to our offices in Leeds on the 2nd and 3rd of July, but places are available for the 6th and 7th of August. So email louise.stone@bigchange.com and she will let you know if spaces are available, and if not, which sessions you can come to in the future. We do have another webinar on the 24th of July. We briefly looked at templates today in our review section, but my colleagues in customer service are going to be doing a feature-length webinar on templates, the feature everyone needs, on the 24th of July. So scan the QR code on screen and you'll be able to register for that. Last but not least, our community newsletter was sent out yesterday. That says May and it should say June. Yeah, it should say June. If you scan the QR code on screen, you will be taken to our website and you will be able to find the newsletter on our website for June. That just came out. So let me have a quick skim through the Q&A sections to see if we have any questions. Okay, so there's no, let's have a look. Okay, we have far too many questions to go through today. Let's have a look. Is there anything quick that I can answer very quickly? I don't think there is. These are very in-depth questions. What I will do is I will take these questions and I will pass them over to the CS team and ask for them to reach out to you. Alternatively, if you want that answered quicker, do feel free to give our customer service a call on 0113 457 1000 and speak to them, and they will be able to answer those questions in real time. But I will pass them over and I will endeavour to make sure they get back to you. So yes, in true lunch and learn style, we are 5 minutes over schedule time, but I would like to thank all of you for joining us today. This recording will be available on YouTube later today, so keep an eye out for that. And in 2 weeks' time, I will speak to you on how to keep your system secure. And thank you very much for your time.